All right, so I know this is coming in a little late in the day, but I was at work, as you can see, and I'm going to be talking about the Book of Boba Fett trailer. Now, even though it's like a minute and a half trailer, there's actually some stuff to really talk about and really get into. Now, we do know that this is coming out at the end of the year, like December 29th, I believe, and trust me, we've got enough stuff coming from Disney Plus to really tide us over. I mean, really think about it for a second. We're going to have Hawkeye well, first we're going to have Eternals, and then on Disney Plus we're going to have Hawkeye, and that's going to keep us sated for about 6 weeks. And then a few weeks later we're going to have the Book of Boba Fett. Now, this trailer really gives off an aura of like The Godfather or Goodfellas or something like that in space. And I think we've all kind of deep down wanted like an underworld kind of show. We got that kind of with the first season of Mandalorian, before it became like a big adventure, which I'm not saying is bad. I'm just saying, like, I think we've all really, this is the one thing we've always wanted, is like a underworld kind of like mobsters and, you know, gangsters and all that and seeing the criminal underworld. And it's especially interesting because this is post Jabba the Hutt, one of the most, if not the most infamous crime lord in the galaxy. And to see Boba Fett take on that title is really cool. Now, I personally, I kind of like the idea of, like, I like the idea of, like, Jabba ruled through fear, I'm gonna rule through respect. I'm like, okay, Don Corleone. Because here's the thing about respect, is that you can respect everybody. You can also kill them, too. Because I think that's, deep down, Boba is not this grand hero. He is out for Boba Fett. Like, that's what I think is gonna be the grand story, is that Boba Fett may be a Mandalorian, but Boba Fett has always been out looking out for one person, and that's Boba Fett. Now, I think that's going to be, like, that might be the character study of this show, is seeing Boba Fett maybe be as bad, if, you know, seeing like he is, like, you know, the crime lord, but that he is projecting himself to be with honor, but, like, at the same time, we're still going to see, like, that old Mandalorian war vet inside of him. And that kind of aura of cruelty. Remember, this is the same guy who, like, who helped put Han in carbonite and enjoyed it. So, you know, let's not say, oh, Boba Fett is so heroic and so honorable. This is the same dude who worked with the Empire willingly, hunted down innocent civilians for money, killed hundreds of innocent civilians. So I don't buy for a second that Boba Fett is really as nice as he says, because I'm thinking it's more going to be like it's going to be more like Michael Corleone in Godfather 2, where it's like, oh yeah, I can respect my allies and new stuff, but at the same time, I'm going to put a blaster bolt through the back of your head. Now, I do also like that we're getting more of Fennec. I really love that new character, and I'm really liking her as his number 2. I really like that. Ming-Na Wen, not only is she hot, but she's showing that character is completely badass, and I can't wait to see more of her and her interactions with Boba, and seeing if it's going to if they're going to stick it out together. Even though, yeah, she swore that after Boba Fett saved her, she'd be loyal to him, but I'm wondering how far that loyalty is going to go. So I'm very curious to see how that will play out. The other thing is, those people with the shields do look familiar, and I think they are Kanja Club. I do think this is going to be the return of Kanja Club. Now remember, Kanja Club was a gang. It was a group alongside the Gorvian Death Gang, who were like the new underworld powers in the sequel timeline. And it makes sense because apparently to the lore, they were Kanja Club was a outside force in the Outer Rims. The Guarvians were on course, were in the central, like the interior of the galaxy. Kanja Club kind of gained power post Jabba in the Outer Rim. So it would make sense that Boba Fett would cross paths with them and be at war with them. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also, speaking of other underworld powers, would anyone be shocked if Black Sun showed up? No, really, would anyone be shocked if Black Sun showed up in any capacity in this show? Like, would anyone be shocked? Now, what would shock me if we saw Prince Caesar? And now, if we saw Caesar, try saying that's 5 times fast. If we saw Caesar, I think the whole internet would like just blow a load. Like all the diehard Star Wars EU fans would blow a collective load, like the Death Star. Could he? I mean, we got Thrawn. Just saying. Like it would make sense that Caesar would be in this new era, in this new in this new timeline, would be trying to seize power and show that Black Sun was a powerhouse post the Jabba the Hutt's rule. Because really, with Jabba gone, it would make sense that Black Sun would be moving in force, and it would make sense that they would want to put Boba out of commission. But yeah, who knows? So, I also like that we're getting more alien. Like, I love the creature designs here, and it's nice to see, like, Dugs and, Aquilish and all these other, like, fan-favorite races all together. I really do love that. I really love that we're seeing all these, like, collective, fan-favorite races all together and seeing more creature effects and, you know, more alien designs. I really do dig that. It does make me wonder, like, I'm also pretty sure we're also going to get the answer to how Boba Fett crawled out of the Sarlacc. I'm pretty sure that's going, like, I would not be shocked if that's episode 1 as like a flashback to episode 1 where Fett just crawls out of the Sarlacc and he's just like all just beat to hell or something like that. So, I'm wondering how that's, yeah, I am curious to see how that's going to play out. Among other things, oh, what was I going to say? Crap. It left my mind. Yeah. It is like, it is going to be a cool series to watch, very underworld, and I am also wondering, like, again, like, I'm pretty sure Boba Fett is going to be very much like a more or less like an honorable man, like, and more like Michael Corleone, where he's going to be, you know, talking about family and respect and all of that, but at the same time, he's going to be making some really shitty deals behind everyone's back for himself, because did anyone just forget the original trilogy? Like, no, really, like, show of hands, did everyone just forget about the original trilogy and him being, like, willingly trying to kill people for money, regardless of if they were bad or not? Like, let's forget, like, remember that. Like, let's not forget that's been the through line for Boba Fett. Like, let's not hold him up like some kind of, like, oh yeah, Boba Fett, he's such an honorable character and a great anti-hero, and I'd watch anything with him over Rey Skywalker. Brrr, stupid woman. That's what I think the diehard Star Wars fan base, that's what I think a lot of people in the Star Wars fandom sound like sometimes. Even though, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Rey after how they killed that character in Rise of Skywalker, but still, yeah. Am I excited for that? Now, I know I sound like I'm shitting on this show. It's just like, no, I'm not. I'm actually really excited. Because this is the first time I'm actually excited about Boba Fett as a character. Like, Mandalorian really showed that that Boba Fett is a cool character. Like, you don't need to go to the Dark Horse comics, which are good, and go, here, in the EU comic, he's really badass. No, your basic viewer your casual Star Wars goer is not going to give a single shit about what happened in a comic book. They're going to care about what they saw on the screen. And yeah, Boba Fett is the original Derpy Hooves. I'm just saying. Because, oh, you know, here's a character who looks cool and has a cool toy design to him, and let's build up all these lore behind him. He's a background character who now got championed by the fan base. Boba Fett is the original Derpy Hooves from MLP. Let's be real. You can't argue that against me. But this show, Mandalorian, has shown that Boba Fett can finally back up with that, and I'm so excited to see what Robert Rodriguez is going to do with the character. I'm very excited. Also, I'm pretty sure we're going to get Danny Trejo and Cheech Marin in the show. I mean, we can all agree that that Cheech Marin and Danny Trejo are going to appear in a Danny Trejo production, even if it is Star Wars. which I'm not complaining. I really want to see, like, Danny Trejo as a bounty hunter or as, like, a barkeeper and something. Like, that'd be freaking awesome. And Cheech, like, could you, like, they'll never do it, but, like, would it be great if, like, Cheech Marin is out front of, like, a gentleman's club, and he's just like, who wants 6 pussies? Alien pussy. We got hot pussy, cold pussy. Just that scene from Dusk Till Dawn. I'm sorry, that was terrible. But now that's probably... I'm not the only person who probably thought of that when they were thinking, hey, Robert Rodriguez is going to be in this. That means Cheech is going to be in the show, too? Yeah. So, I'm not the only one who had that go-to thought, so... Yeah. Anyway, but I think I've said enough. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Book of Boba Fett trailer? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? And I know I was shitting on it, I do apologize. I sounded like I was shitting on the character of Boba Fett. I do like the comics, but as I stated, this, you can't just go by the original comics. You gotta show the original, you gotta really show and back up in the live action. So, yeah, I've always liked Boba Fett, but now it's like, oh, now my like for, my enjoyment of the character is now justified. Yay! So, anyway. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this. As always, if you haven't already, go check out my Patreon. I'll leave a link below. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.